what people have already known about the lives that they chose, sometimes you gotta feel like it's not all the way there. What I basically mean is you have the control over your mind, where you are able to pretty much do the change that you're able to make for yourself. What you can do as far as things are concerned, and all these things that you want, you can change your brain's pathways. You know, you can focus on motivational actions and things like that, and habits that are motivating. So basically, when you look at things from a different perspective, what you can do, you don't have to keep your mind in one place. You know, you don't got to keep it there. What you can do, and what the amazing part of your body and your brain, things that you don't understand and things that you won't be able to accomplish unless you get ready to do it for yourself. So, if you were basically, you know, you were having a situation where you didn't feel 100%, there's a good amount of control that you are able to do to help yourself, as far as not letting you get into a place that's dark, that's hard to come back from, digging yourself in a deep hole that you won't be able to come out of. And you dig that hole for yourself. And sometimes when you look up and you see how tough it is to get out of that hole that you dig yourself into, that's the thing that scares people the most. Because you're in a deep hole, you don't even know how to climb. You're going to need a ladder to climb out of that hole that you dig yourself into. But when it comes to your mind, your brain can rewire itself at any age. You know, meaning you don't have to be stuck in your old ways forever. You know? So, when when your brain rewires itself, it does it at any age. 40s, 50s, 60s. We're all changing. We're all evolving. Your brain is changing also. Your brain is getting older. Your brain is getting wiser. And it doesn't matter how long you were stuck in your ways. You could have been stuck in your ways for 40 years, 50 years. And then all of a sudden, bam, you now realize that you're not that same person that you were. You're no longer stuck in your ways, because at any age you can change that mental state that you were in, you can break out of it. You can break out of that. And now you're no longer in that mental state that you were in, because now you're able to help somebody else. You're able to work on yourself. You're able to do the best thing that you can for yourself. And that's the main goal, is that your brain is changing. Your brain is changing, your brain is evolving, which means you're evolving mentally also. Doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter how long you've been stuck in those ways, no matter how long you wanted to stay in those ways, change yourself, not wanting to change, wanting to remain the same. Some people are climbing up the ladder, and they're leaving other people basically behind. You know, it's not the same for those other people who were dealing with those things, who were able to get out of that funk they were in, get out of that situation that they couldn't handle, and even get out of that place where they felt it was dark, it was scary. They couldn't see any light, but it was just darkness, darkness. But they were able to finally escape it. It's a few, but still, it's up to you to make that change. It's up to you to say, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to be stuck in my ways. I want to grow. I want to be able to accomplish greater things in my life. That's the best thing that you're able to do for yourself, is to have a mental capacity where you're able to help someone, whether it's your family, you know, whether you're whether it's your offspring, things like that. Be able to share some knowledge and give them wisdom so that they can grow into the world and be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. You want your kids to be able to go out in the world and be able to conquer, you know, be able to avoid those obstacles and to be able to blossom, blossom in the world like a flower. That's what you want. You want your kids to have better lives than what you've had. Even though your lives have been very, very great, you wanna know that you're leaving a legacy for your kids, so that when that day comes, when we're gone to be with the Lord, you know that you have family here that are completing and taking over the legacy in a positive way. That's the dream. That's the that's the $1 million goal. You don't want your family to struggle and things like that. When it's all said and done and your family's long, you're long gone, and then you see, looking, hopefully, when you're in heaven and looking down, and things like that, you're seeing the wonderful blessings that you created for your family. You're looking down and you're like, yeah, that's my legacy. I left that. So for my great, 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 great grandchild, you know, I pray that the world has changed in a better way, where you can be successful and be able to thrive all on your own, and you're able to accomplish what you want to accomplish, want to be able to do what you want to do. This is for my children and children's children. You just want to build something so special that they're able to you know fulfill the legacy that you left for them. You don't want them to be in a rut. You don't want them to be in homeless. You don't want them to be struggling. There's some things you won't be able to control, but you can still do what you can as far as teaching your kids, and if you're blessed enough to teach their kids what you're able to teach them, then that's the dream. That's the blessing. It's the blessing right there. You want to be able to do that and do that the best way you know how, because it's rough out here. Very, very tough. So, you know, sometimes when you are motivating yourself, rather you're proceeding in your task or other things like that, motivated before you start your task. That's what gives you the knowledge and to be able to have the creativeness to move move on and keep on rolling. Because that's the thing about people who have ADHD, things like that. Sometimes it's hard to remain focused, and if you're able to do something that you're passionate, try to do it to the best of your ability and find little shorts in those long projects that make you want to be able to finish your project. Because that's the thing about having a creative mind, but you're not able to finish your projects and things like that. You know, so so it's just one of those things that it's just you want to be able to finish. You're able to create, right? But then you're not able to finish what you were able to create, because now not only have you lost interest, but your brain is now wired to do something else. And then when you're able to do something else, you have a lot of things on your plate, right? And some of those things you weren't able to complete. That's the thing. I'm 100% speaking facts, because that's what I have done. I have been those situations where I wanted to create something great and I wasn't able to finish. It was tough going back to it. I've already had something in my brain where I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing something else, and you find something else that you're creating and things like that. And now you're at that position where you're like, you have so many things that you want to be able to do, but you haven't been able to finish the wonderful things that you were able to create. Start creating, and then all of a sudden, it's hard for you to look back because you have already moved forward. You know, so like, and what people got to understand is that maybe about 90, good 91% of the world procrastinates. They procrastinate, but it's not out of laziness. For most people, it's not out of laziness, but it's because of the fear of imperfection. You want to create something so wonderful and perfect. Gotta understand, nobody's perfect. No, nobody's work is gonna be perfect. You're gonna have those, you know, imperfections. You're gonna have those days where you're like, I finished my project. I feel like it was good. Other people, other people might think differently. Don't let that get to you. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that motivate. Don't let that stop your motivation. Keep going. Keep grinding. Keep on doing something. If you feel you want to do something, tweak something, and then sell it to the world, by all means do that. But don't let it stop you from what you want to accomplish. Don't let other people bring you down. If they say it's terrible, just look at them, laugh, shake it off, and say, I think I did a good job. You know what? Maybe this was not my best, but I'll be able to do something even better. You see those little mistakes that you made on one project or something that you were doing as far as work and things like that, and you work on getting better each time. Even if you had a great project, or even if you did a very good job or something, just find a way to make yourself do better than what you've already done. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't settle for just being the same, but just work on tweaking and doing the best job that you can every time you work on something new. Work it to the best of your ability. Don't let nothing stop you. You know, don't let nobody bring you down. You know, just say, hey, some people gonna like it, some people gonna hate it. But for those who hate it, get that blockage out your mind. You know, don't let them tear you down. Don't let them get to you. Don't even look at what they have to say, the comments that they make, or things like that. But just keep on having that positive mindset that, you know what, I can do this. I can do better than what I did, and then do that to the best of your ability because you're special. So just work on being able to accomplish your goals, do whatever you had to do as far as who you are as a person, and keep on moving forward, man. You know,